Hey friends, today's video I'm going to be showing you exactly what you should be selling on eBay. They literally tell us what's selling. I'm going to walk you through how to use Terapeak data so that you can figure out what's selling to make money on eBay. Let's jump right into it. So there's a Terapeak that is free. You do not have to have a store. If you have a store, you would get a little bit more access. So I'm showing you the store view because I have a store, but you can also look at the outside Terapeak view and they'll give you a little bit of this information. The store is definitely better information. I'll link a video up here on why you should have a store. This is one of the many reasons. Sorry, my light's kind of weird. This is one of the many reasons because you get so many tools and analytics when you do have a store. So we are going to go ahead into my seller hub. So you log in, you click up here on sell, and then if you click on research, there's two different places that I'm going to show you that is going to blow your mind and give you so much information. You do not have to guess at what's selling and what you should be buying. eBay is giving you access to their data so that you can make strategic decisions about what to buy right now. So the first thing that we're looking at is over here on the left, it's Terapeak product research. So this is if you had an item in mind, right? This is great. Unfortunately, you cannot get to Terapeak on the app. However, if you're like outsourcing, you can go to your web browser on your phone and you would have access to this. So this is if you, like for me, I sell women's fashion and I'm like, hey, I've been hearing women's fashion, Y2K, wide leg jeans are really hot right now. Is this true? Or if you're looking out and you're outsourcing and you find a specific item and you want to look up the actual data for selling comps on it, this would be how you do it if you have an item in mind. And then we're going to go to, I'm going to walk you through this chart, but then we're going to go to eBay is telling you your top opportunities based off of your categories and all the information that's in that as well. So for me, I'm looking at women's Y2K wide leg jeans, just as a general something that I'm interested in selling. I'm going to click the last 30 days so you can change this at different time periods. I'm just looking at the last month, what this kind of looks like. You can also come down here and do different categories, different conditions. So if you wanted to look at new tags or pre-owned, I'm not going to change any of those for the sake of the video, but those are all things that if you wanted to get really specific and look at something, you could. So we're going to come down here and I'm going to show you exactly what all these numbers mean and how you can use them. So there is a sold tab. These are all the items that have sold. We'll get to those in a minute. And these are all the items that are active. A couple ways that this helps you. One, it helps you when you're outsourcing to say, hey, are these items that I want to purchase and I want to sell? And then it's going to also help you when you are listing. And the nice thing about when you're listing is, well, if you're listing and there's a price, you can click on research price. Clicking that research price brings you right to this so that you can look at your competition and price your items accordingly. The thing too here is, so this is telling you on average women's wide legs, Y2K jeans, right? Like you'd have to put the brand and stuff in here to be a lot more specific, but for the sake of the video, I just kind of put something in there. On average, their average are listed for $39. Listing price range. So this, there's a huge range here, which if you got a little bit more specific, you'd be able to figure that out. Average shipping. So if you are worried about, hey, what should I be doing? Free shipping? What should I charge? I'm new to eBay. I don't know what shipping to do. I go here and click or come to here, look up your item and you can see what the average shipping is. You want to be comparative to you want to be better, honestly, than your competition. So if this was free shipping, you would probably, right? 54% of people selling are doing free shipping. You may consider doing free shipping. The people that are charging $8.80. And then this says 0% promoted listings. And I'm going to be honest, friends, I don't believe this. I am going to reach out to eBay, or if you guys have, or if you know, maybe I'm thinking of this wrong, but let me know down below. But the percentage of listings that are sponsored through promoted listings, this is wrong because at the very least, I know that I do my items through promoted listings and I have items in this category that are listed. So I'm going to reach out to eBay, make sure to subscribe, follow me, and I will, once I hear from them, make a post, possibly a video if it's enough information for a video on why this is saying 0, because I know that's not true. And then we're going to go to sold. So this is really helpful. Active is helpful when you're listing items to get an idea of what your competition is doing, what you should be listing your items. Sold is really helpful for you to figure out if it's worth buying, if this is worth you buying to sell. Because look, your average sold price is $27, right? That's a big jump from $39 to $27. The price range is significantly lower, right? So that $5,000 price item has not sold yet. Average shipping is $10.15. And what's interesting here, friends, is 1% of sold items were free shipping. And this is reassuring to me because I don't do free shipping, and it's telling me, hey, free shipping isn't necessarily an indicator of whether the people are going to buy it or not, because only 1% of the items that did actually sell were free shipping. 67 items total sold, and that gives you a sell-through rate of 4.82%. So remember, your sell-through rate is, of all of those items that were listed, 4.82% of them sold for the month. This isn't good, bad. It's just the data that's out there, and you'll have to decide if 4.8% sell-through rate is worth it for you. In women's fashion, this is a pretty standard sell-through rate. You're probably not, right around 5% is what you're looking at. So that's probably a pretty normal-ish. Anything above that is obviously much better. But it gives you information as you're trying to figure out what to source. There's 62 sellers, and then $1,824 of sold items in this category. The cool thing that you can do too is if you can scroll down here and you can sort by by average sold price, by average shipping, total sold, all of these different things. What I'm going to do is go by average sold price, because these are going to give me my highest sold items, and then I can keep an eye out for, hey, this grunge goth 90s Y2K is something that sold. These Cambio Nora, if this is something that I see, they sold for $71. You can see people are paying for shipping as well too, so they're not overly concerned with the shipping costs on these. So I can scroll down here and say women's, Calvin Klein women's bib overalls, those sold for $65. As I'm out and about, I can see from this specific style what is actually selling from this item. So this is a really good way if you have items in mind that you can do some research. If you're like, I don't know, I don't even know where to start, I suggest you going to Terapeak Sourcing Insight. What's amazing about this is it looks at the categories that you sell and gives you your top opportunities based off of that, right? So yours is going to look slightly different than mine because I'm in women's fashion. It's telling me, hey, the top great opportunities for you in women's fashion right now are activewear jackets, coat jackets, and vests, outerwear. I'm not going to go through and say all of them, but these are the great opportunities. And let's go ahead and look at what these numbers mean. You can change the way that it's displayed, and you can also change the way that it is sorted. So if you wanted to look at, total sales first, or different ways that you wanted to look at it, I like looking at top opportunities first because eBay kind of does their analysis and says, hey, this is the best opportunity. Now, what makes this the best opportunity? It's looking at your search volume. So how many people currently are searching on eBay for activewear jackets? And then from there, it's looking at how many active listings there currently are. And then it's giving you this ratio, right? So of the items that are listed, people are searching for them a lot. It's a 1.02 ratio, right? Because look, there is more people searching for activewear jackets than there's actually active listings, right? More people are searching than there's actually listings, which makes this a great opportunity in women's fashion. Again, you can tell though, the sell-through rate here is 4.87. That's just the way it is in women's fashion. It's the lower sell-through rates. Even if it's a great opportunity, it is going to be a lower sell-through rate, right? So you can see here as well the active listings compared to the search volume. There's almost 1.44 more people searching than there is actual active listings. However, I do want to note, we're looking at coats, jackets, and vests, right? So this is a much broader, but in women's fashion, look, friends, we're looking at, there's 2.9 million listings. Your competition is fierce out there, and of those items that are listed, even though there's a lot of searching for them, there's only 4.17% that are selling. This is telling you exactly what to, right? This outerwear is 6.2% sell-through rate. So I'm not going to go through, this is my information. It's not necessarily going to help you in what you're selling, but I want to walk through exactly what it means so that you guys understand these numbers when you're looking at yours. And then you can click on it, and it is going to take you even more in depth into this category. You can save this category for a future. So if you wanted to save this category to keep an eye on it in the future, it's showing you what the click-through rate is over time, right? There's a downward trend, which is interesting. You can definitely see it's seasonal, right? January is super high, comes down, and then it kind of bumps back up back into the winter. And then it'll come down and give you even more information, right? So if you guys are like, what should I be selling? What should I be sourcing? What should I be looking for? eBay is telling you this information. It's going to go directly into, in this category, what are the top things that I should be doing? And one of the top ones, you know, it's going to tell you your impressions. So impressions are of women's active wear, size regular, how many of the listings are getting seen, right? So anytime an impression, right, is a time that a buyer is seeing it on eBay, whether it's through search, whether it's through promoted, whether it's, right, it's something that they are coming in contact with. Not necessarily on your page, but just somewhere on the screen. Of these impressions, 76,000 people are clicking through them. This is how many active listings there actually are. And then the sell-through rate is 5%. Here it's 5 right? So you can go through and say, hey, I am going to go into this a little bit deeper, but I'm going to focus on active wear and size regular. You can have plus sizes down here. So if you specialize in plus or you want to get into a different sizing, you can see, hey, is petites, look, petites down here is a 2.16%. Sell-through rate. Petites are harder to sell. There's simply just not as many petite people out there. And then you can look at if you're concerned with returns as well. Is it a high return rate category? You can look at that as well to kind of get an idea of what is worth it for you to sell. You can also look into item specifics. And then look at the top listings. So if you are out there, this is interesting, Lululemon Define Jacket, friends. If you find a Lululemon Define Jacket, this is where it's at. Average sold price, this is telling you the BOLOs right now. $161, $164. I am keeping an eye out for this. Chanel, hello. Right? It's telling you all of the top listings within this category. You do not have to guess what is selling. eBay literally tells you, focus on doing your research before you go out there sourcing. If you guys like this video, YouTube thinks you'd also like this video. I will link a playlist down here of how to make money reselling, and then make sure to hit that subscribe button to learn more about reselling. Join my membership, save, share if you guys enjoyed this video and you think others would as well.